We're here in Lymington testing some lightweight inflatable tenders. We'll do some timed runs under outboard, some timed runs under oars, and see which one comes out best. The Crewsaver has a nice thick rubbing strake. It's got coned ends at the stern, an air floor. The seat adjusts a long way forward and back, so even the tallest person should be comfortable bracing their feet on the end for rowing. And nice long oars. So we'll go and give it a try out on the water. The Seagull is shorter overall because it has rounded ends instead of coned ends. The seat adjusts a fair bit, but some of the others adjust a bit more. The rubbing strake is quite narrow and the oars don't look that long, but we'll see how it goes. The O2 has traditional Rolex, an adjustable seat sort of in the mid-range. You can go quite far forward and quite far back, but not as much as some of the others. Not much of a rubbing strake around the edge. Rounded ends, so it's a little bit shorter. We'll see how it goes. The Yamaha 200T is the smallest in length on test. Looks like it has the smallest oars as well. It's got a pretty decent looking rubbing strake. A couple of handles around the edges for lifting, but no safety rope. The seat isn't adjustable. Oh, and it's got a slatted floor instead of an air floor. Let's give it a try. The XL is another very short one. The oars look nice and long now. The seat is super adjustable. It's got a nice thick rubbing strake around the edge. It's got an overpressure valve underneath and very clear pressure ratings all over. Useful handles, useful safety line. Let's give it a try. This is a 2.4 meter Vfloor inflatable dinghy. Nice long oars, nice thick rubbing strake, couple of useful handles there and handles at the end. Quite big sponsons that come out the end. A non-adjustable seat, so bracing the feet is going to be interesting, but we'll see how it goes on the water. Day 2 of testing. We're down in Lymington again, slightly different conditions, but 3 more boats to test on the water. Let's try them out. This is the Quicksilver 10D 240 air floor. There's 3 chambers on the sponsons and 2 on the floor. They need to be inflated in the right order. There's a solid board across the floor underneath the air floor and the inflatable keel. So it's quite involved to set it up. It's got some good features. It's got a fuel tank strap there. It's got good lifelines and a nice thick rubbing strake and coned ends. So let's try it out on the water. This is the Telemax Superlite 230. It's got a really adjustable seat. It's a very, very lightweight dinghy. It's got good lifelines, a thin rubber rubbing strake, a flat floor, and curved instead of coned ends, but they extend out quite far from the transom. So let's give it a go on the water. This is the 3D tender Superlite Twin Air 230. It's a very well put together boat. It's got loads of carry handles at the bow and one at the stern, but no lifeline. It's got a thin rubber rubbing strake around it, an adjustable seat, but doesn't go too very far aft. Very short sponsons off the transom, but a nice keel protecting strip underneath. The good thing about this is the airfloor is a single pumping chamber, and it's got a V keel that all comes straight from the one pumping airfloor, which is a really good design feature. Let's try it out on the water.